Holy moly. Thank you for coming out this evening. I turned that speaker down. Um, it's Wednesday night yoga. I'm going to chat a little bit tonight, so thank you for bearing with me. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, be hard to see, was released for the first time on CD in, I think, 86 or 87. Anyways, the late 80s. And this is the biggest selling jazz album of all time. The biggest jazz album of all time, Miles Davis Kind of Blue. And when this was released on CD, the tape that they took it from was played at the wrong speed. It was played a little faster. So the album is in music what you call sharp. So all of the notes are a tiny bit higher. And I have a copy of the one that is sharp. And of course, I didn't know. I just figured that's the way it was. I remember trying to play guitar to him. I can't figure this out. I'm thinking about the value of things. Eventually, they came out and they fixed it, and they blamed it. They said it was a faulty tape machine. But having worked in the recording business, I know that there's a man who every day his job could have been a woman too, because it was a woman who engineered Prince's work at Sunset Sound. Nonetheless, every day it's their job to go in and check the tape machines and make sure everything is running every day, every day. So how that this just magically was off on that one day, the day that they transferred it to sell it to the world and have me pay $15. It's weird that happened. And also when it was made into a CD, I mean, Miles was still alive. They could have sent him a copy and said, "Hey, is this all right?" But they didn't. But okay, I'll accept the excuse that the tape machine was off. But if you also look at this album, it's Miles in the 60s. This album was recorded in 1958, 59, and this photo is like from 1969. They don't have an explanation for that. But the thing that always makes me wonder is, did they ever say, "Hey, sorry about that. Bring us your CD. We're going to give you a new one for free"? Nope, don't remember ever hearing that. So I think about the value of things, and I think about the value of things on Earth. And as Earth looks at commercialism and the things that we need to survive, food, clothing, shelter, land, gold, all these things that are really in the majority of society, these are the things that are important. And I thought about this, like, you can't take it with you, but you can't take it with you where? And I thought about music and art and artists and what they bring to the planet Earth, and where does that come from? And I believe that it comes from the same place that you can't take it to. Like that vibrational energy that is outside of Earth, that the artists that are sensitive enough, for better or for worse, are antennas to these sounds and these vibrations and this imagery that they are able to bring to the masses. So I see this thing as like, did I get my $15 back? No. Or did I get a replacement CD? But the vibrational energy of art and music transcends. It's a commerce that's bigger than the commerce on Earth. And it made me think of that today when I thought of that CD, being like, if some people might have said it was kind of like almost disrespectful to the artist, but the artist and the monetization of the artist through vibrational monetization, not money, not gold, is really on a longer timeline and a wider timeline, much more bigger, much more bigger. Thank you for coming. We're going to start hopping. So I'm going to scoot all the way back. If you live on the second floor, you could just lift one heel and the other, shaking the hands out. But if you're cool with your neighbor and they don't mind you hopping, go ahead and hop. The core is engaged. And you could pat the low ribs if you like, with the pinky hitting the digestive system a little bit. You could also pat the kidneys. I always say don't do it too hard, but it's kind of hard to get back there. I don't think it'd be possible to do it too hard. But both are your choice. We're breathing in and out through the nose. The core is engaged. Very nice. Feet about the distance of the hips. Let's swing the arms forward one direction here at first. Very nice. And then the opposite direction, please. By the way, I forgot to say this when I was talking, but when we do yoga and meditation, it also gets us to that same place where the artists get their inspiration. And then we'll come across the front, switching which hand goes on top. Very nice. Hands on the hips. We're going to swing the hips around one direction here at first. And then the opposite direction. Great. Top of the mat wherever you are. Feet together, big toes touching, ankles apart. Thumbs out is so nice on the shoulders, core in. We're going to breathe in, reach up, look up, prayer to the moon. Hands are in prayer above the head. We're going to breathe out, forward folding. Try to keep the legs straight. You could have the hands on the ground if the legs are straight, or like me on the shins. We're going to look up, shoulder blades together, core in. Forward fold on the out breath, and then all the way back up, reaching out and up. Hands in prayer, down through the heart center, and then all the way back up on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. And we look up, shoulder blades together. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center, and all the way up again on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, and we forward fold. Up again, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center. Back up on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We're going to look up, and from here, we're going to step back, top of a push up. We're going to tighten the core and the legs. For the first one, we're going to stay for a little bit, just breathing in and out through the nose, holding the body tight. So we're clenching the muscles in the body, especially the core and the legs. And when you're ready, you can lower down and hover 2 inches or hit the ground, but roll forward for up dog, tight legs, third eye looking, and then down dog, tucking the toes. And you can bend one leg, push the opposite heel towards down. Continue the breathing in the nose. We're looking at the knees, or possibly, if you can, look at the navel. Excellent. Step your way up to the top of the mat, feet back together, fingers down low. We look up, shoulder blades together. Forward fold on the out breath, all the way back up to the ceiling, reaching out and up. We come down through the heart center, and then all the way up again on the in breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, and we're stepping top of tight push up. We lower drop, up dog, and down dog. If you want more movement, up on the toes on the in breath, down with the heels on the out breath, or you could begin being still, which we will do eventually anyways. Breathing deliberately in and out through your nose. All right, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. All the way back up, reaching out and up. Again, down through the heart center and all the way back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding. We look up, stepping again, top of push-up. We lower drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to stay here breathing. Feet 2 fists apart, hands about the distance of your shoulders. Breathing in the nose, looking at the navel. Great, step or jump, top of the mat, toes together. We look up and we forward fold. All the way up, hands in prayer to the moon. If you want to arch back, go ahead. And then we're going to push the walls out. So hands all the way out, feet a little bit apart. This will give us stability. Couple of breaths here. I wanted to look and see how close I was to my wall. From the hips up, we're going to turn and look to the right. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths today. And then from the hips up, over to the left. Great, back to center, arms down, feet back together. Big toes touching, ankles a tiny bit apart. Let the knees fall together, sitting in chair. Good. Up over, forward folding, again, fingers low. We look up, shoulder blades together. Stepping again, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Warrior one, right foot to the top, left foot pivots out flat. Knee is over the ankle. Let's bring the arms up. Let's take tonight the left thumb behind the left hip and try to push that hip forward. And then we're going to go left handshake forward to make that shoulder go forward. That'll be easier. We are trying to square the torso to the same as the front of the mat. Good, and then touch the sky. And then again, hands back down, stepping, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Good, so let's take the right thumb behind the right hip. You can push it pretty hard, it doesn't move, but do your best. And then push into that back foot. And then right hand shake forward, a couple of breaths here. Great, touch the sky, and then again, hands back down, stepping, top of push-up, the lower drop, up dog, and down dog, and let's stay here breathing. Step or hop, top of the mat, we look up, and we forward fold, feet and knees sitting in chair, and standing, shoulders back, tight core. We shall continue, again, sitting in chair. Great, up over, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, we're stepping, top of push-up again. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Warrior one, right foot steps, back up. This time, hands in prayer above the head, core in and up, maybe looking up. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Great, hands down again, stepping, top push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot stepping, right foot turns out. Again, hands in prayer to the moon above your head. Looking up if possible, knee stays over the ankle, breath in the nose. Excellent, hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to stay right here. Good, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up and we forward fold. Feet and knees sitting in chair. Standing, shoulders back, tight core. One more with warrior one. We sit in chair. Good. Up, over, forward, folding. We look up. We step in again, top of push up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Right side warrior one, left foot turns out. Feel the outside edge of your back foot rooting into the mat. Hands in prayer above the head, core in and up. If you want to arch back, go ahead and lift the heart. Good, hands back down again, step in. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left foot stepping, please, back up. Hands in prayer above the head. Feel the back foot flat on the mat, the outside edge of it. Maybe arching back. Excellent. Hands back down. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to breathe here. Good, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, forward fold. Feet and knees sitting in chair. Standing, shoulders back. Let's do one more with warrior two. We sit in chair and up, over, forward folding. We look up, stepping again, top of push up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Right foot warrior two, heel to heel aligned, knee over the ankle. Let's do the self adjustment. Right hand holds the knee in place, left hand pulls that hip back, trying to get flat. Then with the spine running straight up the middle, arms out. Hold your shoulders with your core. Breathe and look at the right hand. Turn the right hand so the palm faces the ceiling. Let's arch back, barely touching the back leg. Keep the core a bit engaged. We're going to stay here a little longer than we normally do. Just breathe, look at the ceiling along the elbow. Great, hands down again, step in, top of push up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left side, please. Right foot turns out. And back up. I'm going to breathe here. The core is engaged. The shoulders are light. We're looking at the left hand. Turn the left hand so the palm faces the ceiling. We're going to arch back again. Let's breathe here. Very nice. Hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to stay here. Good job. That is the sun salutations for now. Great. Step or jump, top of the mat, feet together. I'm going to look up and we forward fold. Feet and knees together, sitting in chair, arms straight up. We're going to breathe here. We're going to stay in chair for a little bit on this one. Great. Stand, feet apart, about a distance of the hips. You can grab prayer, you can grab elbows. We're going to hang, let everything fall off your back. You can bounce if you want. Engage the core, come on all the way up and touch the ceiling. And then all the way back down, peace fingers under the big toes, thumbs touching on the inside, elbows away from the ears, top of the head towards down. Good, all the way up again to the ceiling. And all the way back down, each hand under each foot from the front so the toes touch the crease of the wrist. You pull up on the feet. It's okay if the legs are bent so you can get up on the hands. Great, let's stand and we're gonna be top of the mat again, feet together, shoulders back. Let's just take a couple of breaths here. Very nice, we sit in chair again. Great, up over forward folding. We look up, step in, top of push-up. We lower drop, up dog, down dog, warrior two, right foot, up to the top. I'm gonna take a couple of breaths here. For triangle, we straight the leg in the front. We're gonna reach out a bit first and then right hand down, left arm up, looking to the reaching hand if possible. If not, look down. You wanna see your foot right underneath your eyeballs and your nose. So everything's lined up over that leg in the front. We're gonna keep breathing. Let's place both hands on the shin. We're gonna shorten the stance a couple of inches, and then we're gonna twist triangle. You can keep the hand on the shin, right arm up. You can put the back of the hand outside of the leg. If the legs are straight, you can work your hand down towards the ground. Feet flat, breathing in the nose. Excellent, hands down again, stepping, have a push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left foot stepping, warrior two, back up, please. We take a couple of breaths here like we did on the other side. And straighten the leg in the front for triangle. We reach out a bit. And left hand down, right arm up. Flat as you can get between the panes of glass. And then down from there. Down is not the objective. Flat first and then down as we're lined up over the leg. Right hand over right shoulder, over left shoulder, over the shin. Both hands on the shin for a moment, shorten the stance a couple of inches. Keep the hip in, and we twist. And we're going to breathe here. Right hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and let's stay in down dog for a few breaths. Excellent, step or jump, top of the mat. We look up and we forward fold. Feet and knees sitting in chair, standing strong as a mountain. Very nice, we shall continue. We sit in chair again and up over forward folding. We look up, stepping, type of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog, warrior two, right foot again. We're gonna, again, breathe and look at the right hand. Excellent, extended side angle, forearm on the leg, left arm up and over. We're gonna stay here reaching long. You could put the hand on the ground, your choice. Back to warrior two. We're going to do a repeat with a mild variation. Turn the right palm so it faces the ceiling. Left hand all the way around the back, grabbing your shirt, your pocket, or your leg. Keep the core in, and then we're going to arch back again. You feel this a bit more in the shoulder than the other one. A few breaths here. Great, hands down again, stepping type of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left side, please. Back up to warrior two. And when you're ready, your version of extended side angle on the leg or on the ground. We're going to stay here, breathing and reaching the whole side. Back to warrior two. Turn the left hand so the palm faces the ceiling. Again, around the back, shirt pocket or leg. Lock the core against the arm. Arch back and breathe here. Excellent. Hands down again, stepping, kind of push up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Step whichever foot you want. I'm going right, but we're coming into horse. Toes are splayed, knees are out. We're going to start with the hands on the knees. This is the one time the hands can be heavy on the knees, and keep the arms straight so the shoulders are kind of staying up as we drop the rear end down. And then right shoulder forward, and then left shoulder forward, and a little bit of back and forth here. Very nice. Keep the legs as they are. Bring the hands up and grab the moon, and then hang from the moon, like you're digging your fingers in the moon, and you're doing a dead hang from the moon. So let your weight really pull your back open. Keep breathing. Very nice. Please straighten the legs. Turn the feet to run straight forward. So like you're standing on railroad tracks, or the outside edges of your feet are the same as the outside edges of your mat. We're going to reach straight up and then straight down. The hands will go right under the shoulders. Maybe it's only fingertips, no problem. But the line, if there's a big line from big toe to big toe, on that line, right under the shoulders, then trying to bring that head down towards the same line. Maybe palms down if you have the openness with the legs straight. We're going to keep breathing here. Excellent, all the way back up. We're gonna reach out to the ends of the fingers. Then behind the back, we shall intertwine those fingers. If your upper back holds tension, push the palms all the way together. Otherwise, apart is fine. We're gonna forward fold again, lifting the arms up off the back. Stay in the pose, lift the toes for a moment, and then put them down as light as possible. Good, all the way up again, this time all the way to the ceiling. And then all the way back down again. We're grabbing shins, ankles, or big toes with the peace fingers, elbows away from the ears. Try to keep the legs straight. If making the legs straight ever gives you pain in the joint, the knee area joint, you could do like a micro bend and get away with that. And stay down low, both hands over to the right, left shoulder, under and through here. We're gonna take a few breaths on this one. And please to the other side. Right shoulder under and through now, nose towards the knee, top of the head towards the foot, never gonna get there. Good, let's come back up, let's shorten the stance to about 3.5 feet. We're just gonna take a moment just standing here doing nothing. Breathing, feeling the body, seeing what the body has to say. My body says, hello, the right hamstring is super tight tonight. Okay, we're gonna turn the left toes to the back, still heel to heel align, that right foot about 45 degrees. We'll bring the arms out, we're doing pyramid. So you can bring them out and so that turn the shoulders so they're same as the back of the mat. And behind the back, grab elbows or reverse prayer, shoulder blades back and together. We're gonna look up and we'll come down, keep the shoulder blades back and together, but we're gonna look at the left foot. You could stay here if you prefer, up into warrior 3. Making a big capital letter T with the body, best as you can. If you like, half moon is left hand down, right arm up. With that extra balance, you can lengthen out through the right heel, flexing the right foot. And if you want, we're going to switch the hands just for a little bit. The hip's going to come down. And then put that right foot back down. We're pivoting. Left toes 45, right toes out. Arms out again for the rotation, at least for me. And then behind the back, elbows a reverse prayer. I'm going to talk less on this one so I can breathe. Shoulders back. We're going to look at the foot. Warrior 3 if you want it. Half moon if you like. Lengthen out through that heel. The up heel, the left heel. Switching the hands. Very nice. Let's move around a little bit. We can shake it out. And we're going to do tree, standing on the left foot. You can grab the right ankle, get it locked. You can put it out in front. Hands to the heart are all the way up. Find your visual locks. I'm staring at the top of my computer. Breathing in the nose. The visual lock is the dristi. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Standing on the right, try to get a copy of whatever you did. So I'm doing out in the front. This morning I did the lock, so I'm mixing it up. Arms up is also great and fine. I like hands at the heart for myself. Keep the shoulders back, core in. Shoulders back is a little harder with the arms up, so. Very nice. Back to the left foot. We're bringing the right knee up. The left hand's going to grab the right knee. Right hand could go on the hip. You could reach back. You could look back. You could grab the big toe and extend the leg out. And try to stay on one foot, breathing here. And let's do the other side, standing on the right. Left is coming up. Right hand grabs the knee, reaching back. When I look back, I feel it like the shoulders really getting a stretch and lengthening out. When I look forward, there's a bit less of that. I must be moving with the looking. Excellent. Feet back down. Feet about the distance of the hips, toes slightly splayed. We're going to come down into a squat, elbows into the legs, hands in prayer. Those hands in prayer push together. So you're going to push the legs out a little bit more, but lengthen up the back, shoulder blades trying to come back together like we're doing a nice mountain pose, like standing up tall with the shoulders back and the core in. Same thing here, but we got the squat going on. Good, hands in prayer straight forward. We're coming all the way up to the moon. And then all the way back down, hands in prayer straight forward. Again, all the way up to the moon. Back down, hands in prayer straight forward. Again, all the way up to the moon. Back down, hands in prayer straight forward. One more time, all the way up. And back down. We're going to come to hands and knees. If you're on a hard surface, you may wish to pick up the mat a little bit and fold it over on itself. It'll give you a cushion under the knees. We're doing cat-cow if you're waiting for me to say the pose. Knees are 2 fists apart, shoulders underneath the wrists. We drop the belly. And I say looking up third eye, but in cat-cow, you should probably have the eyes closed. So thinking about looking up third eye and then arching the back, looking at the legs and moving and breathing. And back to center, look over the right shoulder, see the tail. And then over to the left, see the tail on the left side. Back to center, right heel straight back, left hand straight, handshake straight forward. We're gonna do palm down, a lot of different variations, whatever you like. I'm lengthening through the heel and the breath. And I'm looking at the floor. I've seen a lot of people teach and do this looking up. You're welcome to. I don't like the way that feels on the neck. Staying up, if you want to grab the foot and arch up, we won't be here long. Lifting up, third eye. Knee pointing straight back and then up. And let's do the other side. Left heel back, right hand forward. We're going to breathe here. And for the last couple of breaths, if you want to grab the shoelace or the ankle, keep the knee pointing straight back and then up. Back to hands and knees. Step the right foot top of the mat. Keep the left knee down. Bring the arms up like a big funnel. We're going to take several breaths here. Breathing is half of this. Breathing in, breathing out. Pranayama. Good. Left elbow outside of right leg. The right leg is made of cement. Hands in prayer, pulling in towards the chest, fingers to the face. You're welcome to roll back on the left foot, coming up onto the ball of foot, lifting the knee. Rotate the right shoulder back. Several breaths here. Great. Let's do the other side. Right knee back and left foot forward. Back up. We'll stay with the arms up for a couple of breaths. And we twist again. Don't move the hip, don't move the knee. Made of cement, lead, unmovable. Right elbow outside, hands in prayer. And whatever you did with the back foot, I'm staying on the knee. Maybe you lifted your knee. We got it all. Keep breathing, keep rotating that left shoulder back. Good. Hands back down. We got a couple more from hands and knees tonight. We're going to turn the right hand in to face the left. If you're going to keep it there, you can move it later, or I'm going to move it about an inch out further away from my right hip, out towards this door to the right. Now feed the left arm through, laying onto the shoulder. I'm going to push that hand against the mat as I rotate my right shoulder back. I prefer to stay here, applying that pressure on the ground. Some people come up around the back, grabbing the leg. It's very different. Find what suits your body's needs, and let's breathe. Excellent. Back up. We're going to turn the left hand in. So again, we're going to reach that left hand a little bit further out to the left, about an inch. If you're going to move it, it doesn't matter, but we're going to feed the right arm through. I'm going to stay here, pushing that hand on the ground, rotating the left shoulder back. If you brought the arm up and around, then go ahead and do that. Good. Back up to center. We're going to come into pigeon from hands and knees. If you have the mat rolled up, you might want to unroll it. And we're going to bring the right knee up to the right wrist, and then the right foot up towards the left wrist. It doesn't mean it's going to go all the way up, but in that direction. Crawl the left knee back. I'm going to look up, and then we're going to come down to forearms, head down, or forehead on the mat with the arms out, and we're going to breathe here. Excellent. Back to hands and knees. We do the opposite. Left knee up towards the left wrist. Left foot coming towards the right. Crawl the right knee further back quite a bit. We look up and down we come again, and we're going to breathe here. Very nice. However you can, we're going to sit down. Legs are straight out in front today. So feet are still together, ankles are still a bit apart. We're going to do dynamic forward folds. So we're going to breathe in and touch the ceiling. We're going to breathe out and try to touch the toes, all the way back up and down again and over and over. Out breath is on the downward fold. Next time you're up, hold the breath in. I'm going to stay here. And then breathe out. We're going to bring the arms down. I'm going to scoot back to make sure I'm on the mat because the ankles are going to push onto the ground. We're going to do shoelace cow face pose. I'll walk us through slowly, but you can get in quick if you know where we're going. So right heel under the left hip. So you see most of the foot is sticking out. It's just the heel under the left hip. And then that left leg hops over the right knee. Maybe you want to stay here. For some people, it's a lot. They call it the shoelace pose because the right hand could grab the left shoelace and pull that foot back, trying to stack the knees up. See, there's a bit of a gap here between my knees. So if you want to try to rectify that, you keep the feet on the sticky mat so they don't move, but put the fingers down and lift up and just lunge a little bit. It'll move the knees. You could hold the knees down. You could reach the right arm up, down the back. You grab the elbow, head pushing against the arm. Some people like to come around the back and introduce both fingers, both hands, the fingers on both hands. We're going to breathe here anyways. Great. Let's unwrap all of that. And we're going to go left heel, same pose, but different side. Left heel under the right hip, right foot jumps over. All the same options to stop wherever you're like, okay, this is enough for me. Left hand can grab that foot. Bigger disparity here with the knees, so definitely need the lunge forward. Left arm up, down the back, grabbing the elbow, head pushing against the arm, core in. Lots of breathing, all the way to the floor and below. All right, unwrap all of that. Let's put the legs out in front and we could bounce them around a little bit. They feel like they're bound up. We're going to do our twist by taking the right foot flat on the mat. Keep the left toes pointing up to the moon. Left arm grabs that right leg, right hand behind you. We're gonna rotate back through the torso with the shoulder, but the neck just going lightly for the ride, so the head gently looks back. You can bring the elbow outside, stay sitting up tall, keep breathing. You'll feel the restriction of the breath because we're squeezing the lungs as well as the other internal organs here. Very nice. Other side, right foot out, left foot in there tight. Right arm grabs that. And again, whatever you did on the other side, but just rotating back with the whole torso, squeezing the internal organs, head again going for the ride. And we look at the eyeball line, whatever's behind us. I got a door there. So I'm looking about just below the door knob. Great, back to center. We're gonna be on the tailbone. I'm gonna double up my mat back here. Both legs bent, bring the arms under the bent legs and roll back. You could stay here. You could let go, locking the shoulders back. You could straighten the legs. You could do hands behind the head. That's a lot of work. We're gonna breathe here. You could also keep the legs bent. So I've done this one a couple of times today. Shoulders back, breathing in the nose. I'm making excuses. Cross the legs, sit up really tall. Shoulders back, core in. Excellent. Up again, please. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Up for number 3. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Up for 4. Cross the legs, sit up tall. This will be the last one. Very nice. Hug the knees in. If you rolled up the mat, unroll it because we're going to lie back and do bridge or Urdhva. So before we do that, grab the shins with the forearms and pull them down and bring your nose up to the knees. And you could try to pull the legs down harder, just putting more force. They probably won't move too much. Good. Feet down flat. Feet and knees 2 fists apart. Longest finger almost touches the heel here. And we're gonna lift the hips, tuck the shoulders, intertwine the fingers, push the arm down. And we're gonna breathe here. Excellent. Back down. We're going upside down. You're welcome to skip it. We're going to start with plow, keeping the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight. You can have hands on the back or intertwine fingers with the arms down. And if your hands are not on the back, place them there now. And we lift the feet straight up into the ceiling. Shoulder stand, heavy shoulders, heavy elbows, breathing, looking at the feet and the sky and everything beyond that. Bend the legs, bring the knees down towards the ears, and roll on to your back. You can hold the feet. We're doing dead bug. You could stay still or rock around. And let's bring the knees into the chest for a moment. We're going to keep the right knee up here, extend the left leg out flat on the ground. Take the left hand and grab the right knee, reach the right arm out and away. We're going to pull that knee over to the left as we look to the right. Trying to keep the shoulders flat, continuing our breathing for the last minute here of class. A couple minutes probably. Back to center and switch the legs. So right leg out, left knee's coming up, right hand's going to grab that knee, left arm out, and then here we go. Bring that knee over to your right as you look to your left. And back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. And then we're going to just lay down for about a minute. Let the breath return to normal. Try to let your body just drop and sink into the earth. You can even tell if there's any parts like maybe your hands, if they feel kind of rough. Ask them to relax a little bit. And we're going to be a minute here and then we'll finish out. You can move the fingers and toes a little bit. You can rotate the wrists and the ankles. If you're super comfortable, you're welcome to stay lying down. And reach the hands above the head, lengthen long as you can, fingers to toes, and pull the core down. And we'll bring the knees into the chest and roll yourself up to a seated position. Once sitting, we're going to bring the hands to the heart center, making a little bit of fire. Fire to light the way, fire to purify, fire to protect. Then we're going to bring the arms all the way up into the sky like a big funnel, receiving everything. Take a breath in through the nose as much as you can get. Breathe in more through the mouth and more. Hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor. Hold all that, including the breath and the fire. And then let it all out. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's DanielOverberger.com or RunningCanyonYoga.com. You can find links to my Venmo and PayPal there. And yeah, let me end this. I got a recording for the